Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. So today, it's Sunday. I want to say good morning, wish everyone a good day, want to do a weekly review. And if you like fun videos on gold and silver, macroeconomics, coins, please like, share, subscribe, hit that bell button. Leave a nice comment down below. And yeah, stay tuned to know what's going on if you do want the regular content. And also stay tuned for the 500 subscriber giveaway. I've got a few fun pieces in the box here. Got the reverse proof maple there, as well as the half-ounce polar bear. So I'm a huge fan of this coin. Thought that'd be a fun piece to put in there. But getting back to the weekly review here, we've had a pretty interesting week. A few things have happened. We've had the dollar, the US dollar, it ended up falling below 90 on the dollar index. So it's continued its slide. It has kept falling, as I'm sure a lot of you are aware. And that's really fueled the metals pretty good over this past week. We've seen a real rise in both gold and silver. As I'm filming this, gold is now up to, well, comex gold is up to 1886.80, and comex silver is at $26 an ounce. So, with that being said, both the metals, gold and silver, they've had a fantastic week. They've really started moving up. Things started to cool off a bit Friday, but it's also, there is some good news there though, because the dollar has kind of steadied and started holding still a bit where that is. So there is some good news there, because as we've clearly seen throughout the week, they kind of go inversely of each other short term. So, with that being said, as the dollar continues to slide, as I believe it will continue to slide, I'm not a financial advisor, I'm just a random guy on the internet, you gotta do your own research. But I do think the dollar dropping below 90 on the dollar index is a bit of a mental, there's a bit of a mental component there where people start to say, whoa, this really did start to slide. I'm seeing it with an 80s handle on it, no longer a 90s handle. So just as when silver, because this year when silver crossed 20, it just kept chugging along. It seemed like every day it's, oh, another dollar, another $2. It was crazy. Some of these mental aspects play a bigger role than a lot of people are prepared for. I don't think that this is going to be the point at which everyone starts to lose faith, because we still have a good demand locally for the US dollar. US citizens who really want to hold the US dollar, a lot of them are not doing too well financially this year. Don't feel like you're alone if you are. You're not the only one. You might see people spending more than they probably should, so it makes you feel like you are alone, but you're really not. there's many people having a hard time. That's a big part of why I started the $10 a week challenge. But yeah, I'm not too worried with what's going on. I've lost my job, but instead of just sitting on the sidelines waiting for my job to come back, I just started finding work elsewhere. Yeah, it doesn't pay as much. Things aren't quite as nice, but I'm just still taking courses, upgrading my trade, finding ways that will lead to increased income long term. When I get laid off, I don't count on it to be a temporary layoff. If I go back, that's awesome. If I don't, well, nothing's changed the way I see it. But yeah, getting back to the metals here though, sorry to get sidetracked there. I just don't think that we're gonna see lots of volatility coming up. I think the general trend will be upward though, especially when we're getting information coming out talking about increasing the M1 money supply by over 50% in 2020 so far. We're talking about another stimulus bill potentially coming out. That's another thing, when everyone's focused on stimulus, I just don't understand when you're shutting down the economy why you're trying to stimulate it at the same time. You give money to people to help them get by. You don't stimulate a shutdown. That's why I think that there's a lot of monetary word games, like quantitative easing. Why don't they just call it printing money? Why do they need to complicate everything for everyone so that they don't understand it, or it takes longer for people to understand? At least that's just my personal opinion. Just sorry to get a bit sidetracked there, but I just think that the more clear things are in people's minds, the more the better things will be for everyone. Just my personal opinion though. And if things do become more clear, all the terminology and everything, I feel like more people will be educated on all of this, and we wouldn't have a lot of the monetary madness that we have today. But unfortunately that's not the case. What could you do? Other than just learn the terms to know what is going on, basically. And yeah, with the rise in gold and silver though, I think whenever, especially gold, when you see that increase, the dollar tends to have a reaction to it. And when the dollar has a reaction, gold tends to react to the dollar. And in some periods of time it could start to become a cycle. And that's when you get those big bull runs, normally at the last leg of the bull market. It tends to be the funnest part of the bull market, the last part. Just my opinion though, and I do believe we are in a bull market. I do believe we could even start to see an asset bubble form in gold. That's sort of a topic for another video though. So that would take a long time to explain. But with all this money printing, with the rate of increase of money supply, when we have things like yield curve control continuing, that's going to lead to continuing rapid increases in the dollar supply. That tends to lead to an increase in gold. Gold really does react to the dollar. Silver has really been reacting to the dollar lately as well. It hasn't been just gold. They are two completely different metals, and I do treat them completely differently and stack them for different reasons. Not exactly the same kind of reason for stacking. I see gold as kind of my monetary issues. This is more speculative for various reasons. That's just my opinion though. And the yield curve control, I really do see as that's going to be something that's going to be extremely hard to break. And the longer it goes on, the more rapid the increase in dollar supply. And kicking that can down the road, it's gonna be a real big can that's gonna be hard to kick down the road after some time. I don't have fear about any of this. As I just said, I think we have some time. So if you are just starting, I do believe you have time. Don't worry about it, it's all good. Stay positive. And I guess that sums it all up, but yeah, it's kind of my week's review with the rise in the metals. How when the dollar dropped, and how it even dropped below 90 on the dollar index, gold and silver just started going way up. We're getting asset bubbles everywhere. I don't see why it can't happen to gold and silver, but that is a subject for another video. But that just sums it all up. Please tell me what you guys think. Leave a like, leave a comment. Tell me if there's anything that happened this week that I didn't talk about in this video that relates to gold and silver. And yeah, stay positive. See you next time. Thanks. Bye.